Hey, hey,
So, hi.
how are we? What a day,
Once
what a day
again,
to
we're
be alive.
meeting another participant, or I cannot call it participant. He's actually the guide, the teacher, or just call it DJ. I'm not sure, but one of the leaders who facilitators who gonna facilitate in release and record retreats in April in Lithuania, in KAUNAS in Vilnius. Hasan Paje.
Hey, how are
Should
you?
I?
Yeah,
Hi, you.
yeah, awesome. I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm super psyched about the event, and I invite everybody who would like to experience deeper sides or aspects of themselves through breath work, movement, sound, and uh, yeah, these main three things. I guess there are four things, which is like using breathing, using sound, using movement, and using intention. So the combination of these four things together to facilitate a new experience in a space that we're going to hold and curate to get an optimal length and depth out of people's capacities and needs of that time specifically. So I'm super psyched about sharing that space with you and the other colleagues who are going to be coordinating um yeah
So,
like their
so
own
we are
workshops. Yeah.
dying to know what your program is going to be and how this is actually going to affect the people who are participating in ecstatic dance sessions
Uh-huh.
with you.
Cool. Yeah, I mean the word ecstatic as well is yeah, it's there for it brings the sense that yeah, we're gonna unlock, I guess, like cellular potential using using like a coordinated uh sound program. And my job is just to guide you through it as well, like this coordinated program. So we're gonna start off at an easy level, just getting in base with our own state in the body specifically, and integrating the awareness of our five senses together in a way where we give attention to each sense on its own, and then like coordinate, kind of create this merger of the senses. So that's the step A in the program, and then step B is like is the uplifting part, is the build up, is the really taking the resonant frequency of the body from where we're at in this state, and with the sound I'm going to facilitate and amplifying the experience. Once we got our breath network coordinated, once we got our comfort levels kind of checked in, we start to amplify the experience and just bring it to an ecstatic state, through sound and through focus on movement. And I guess we could, yeah, the details for that we could discuss as well. But that's the just an overview, and then the final stage would be just to bring back that presence in the body and kind of integrate uh the experience of just jumping out of absolute sheer ecstasy, and bringing it to a stretch and ease level. So yeah, in general, yeah, it's whoever have not participated in such an experience before, like ecstatic dance, or whatever, you should definitely look forward to. It's a thrilling experience. It brings a lot of, yeah, definitely it brings a changing encounters, in the body, and how we relate to it in terms of just movement and breath, and the network of also dance and intention. And again, like I bring it to these four things because really these are the four like caterpillars to create this butterfly experience. So um yeah, it's yeah, I should I
Hassan,
highly.
it sounds like you with this kind of experience, people actually can jump out of their body and allow energy to take them where it goes. Am I interpreting the
Mhm.
right way, or
Yeah, like the mind kind of gets out of the way, definitely. And yeah, like the mind gets out of the way, the breathing and the movement lead the way on this, and I act as a guide with the sound. So the sound is the guide, and I'm sort of a facilitator on top of that. So just like guiding the breath, and guiding the intent or the focus or the attention at some points. But yeah, it's definitely leaving the potential of the body to act and harness within itself its potential energies through just amplification of movement, you know, and of course coming from a very comfortable space as well, like that you discover this potentiation within your body if you let it act with sheer ecstasy as well, like just being in the joy of movement and the joy of just being present and celebrating life, you know, and celebrating existing and being in that body. And yes, it is a movement of the energy, the potential energy of the body definitely taking taking lead, you know, without the mind uh mind interruptions, you know, whatsoever. So yeah, that's definitely a part of it, a big part, I guess.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it how you like, you know, giving the name of this kind of experience is that celebrating the life, because
Absolutely.
you going to be the last in the facilitator program, where after the whole long and kind of transformative experience, the people can actually celebrate the new them, the new kind of embodiment of the energy, and with your guidance and then the music you will present it, they can actually feel it, that the change is just here already with them. So it's
Absolutely.
amazing experience too.
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to have this program in the very end as well, because yeah, it does come in a terrific timing as well in terms of just the layout of the program, and it does come in a way of a more celebratory phase, you know, since all the participants would have been through already like a self-expanding program. So that's the nice cherry on top, definitely. Yeah.
But Hassan, I would
Yeah.
love that people would know you a bit. uh,
Sure.
how you actually come across to this ecstatic dance, and you know, it's, is it through the life experiences, is it something you do as a, I don't know, the purpose? Could you like share some like your philosophy or the mission, or how this puts
Mhm.
in the picture of your life and what you're doing right now?
Absolutely. All right. So for me, how like the mirrors of which I've learned about ecstatic dance was through a program that I took on in from 2020 to end of 2021. It was a year and a half program actually, where I've learned with a mentor online in Thailand. The foundation is called So My Breath actually, and I highly recommend people check it out who would be interested into breathing in general, rhythmic breathing, and breathing with music or sonics or sound integrated. So yeah, just coordinating breath work with movement. Sorry, with specifically music, and then the dance part is the cherry on top as well. Like so I started off like I was already intrigued by this point, like before 2020, of course, like growing up as a dancer from my early teenagehood, like super passionate about movement and learning hip hop, contemporary, joining b-boy teams, just like absolutely accelerated by dance. I've been through a bunch of dance schools and joined dance teams or whatever, and then later expanding my artistic endeavors into music and sound, and this is where it's been growing out since my late teenagehood. So more into sonics, and then into coming eventually into just like mindfulness movements in general, and spiritual movements that integrated both the power of sound and its capacity for healing, plus the power of movement, and having to find out through my journey as well, my exploration, that yeah, combining sound, movement, breath, you know, intention, bringing these four together is the ultimate collider, you know, just for seeing its effects on me personally, you know. And so it only drove my instinct for curiosity a bit further, and eventually I landed across So My Breath Foundation, which is based in Thailand. um and Niraj, the founder of it, and I applied to be a licensed course instructor with them, and I took like a year course, which was essentially about like breathing movements with music integrated with sonics, and then I did like a like 1.5 year as well to learn about ecstatic dance and how Niraj himself coordinates the workshops, and what kind of music he uses, etc., etc. And then I took it off. I spun it off myself. Just like I've done my own integrated research with it, and found other also facilitators that I try to impress their techniques and test it out for myself. And eventually, I've come up with my own sort of curriculum, or just techniques that I feel are more co-founded with my style and that work out for me personally, but also for others. And I've coordinated a few workshops over the last 2 years that I've only took notes from, and every time it's more expandable, and I try to stick in the realm of what's happening this year, this season, and also with my own research and where I'm at the moment, and coordinate it accordingly if it's part of a retreat as such, like just coordinated so it's well sitting within the program. So yeah, so that's pretty much
It's
my journey with
it's
that,
a
and
long
it's only
story.
growing. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
only
long
growing.
list.
Yeah.
A lot in it.
Yeah, we're in. Yeah, definitely. It's a beautiful process, and I'm always happy to share it across and just like grow with it as it is, and it's an endless exploration, I reckon, but it is powerful as it is where it stands now, personally for me and for others who are touched by it as well. So
It actually sounds that you're fully involved yourself in it. It's like you become a part of this ecstatic dance, or your life become a part of this ecstatic dance, metaphorically, of course. But
absolutely. Yeah, yeah, it's a good, yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, what I think it's thrilling to live with the ecstasy of the body, and to be present in the senses, and definitely this it is a metaphor for that as well. So I guess and there's different levels for amplifying this wave, or just like resting with it and what have you, but it's nice to explore it. So this is what we're about, I guess. So we're gonna explore it together, and yeah, highly invite anybody who haven't tried it before to be with us in this line. Is definitely it's
you
definitely an
you
experience
mentioning
that,
that
yeah.
you mentioning
Sorry.
that that to experience this dance together, could you actually share what you experience yourself as a facilitator during the sessions, and how it affects you when you're actually in the movement which you're actually creating for the people?
Yeah, well, of course, I personally lay down the way for myself, like pre-hand, and in terms of just presence with the space, and with the individuals who are present as well, and and of course feeling like the median points between uh where we're at, where the people are at as well, like the participants, and where I'm at, of course, and find an intermediary point where we can all intersect and amplify together. But in general, like as it builds up the session, I do get almost like possessed by by the incantations of the music, itself, and I try to make sure that everybody is also experienced that. But of course, I do intently elevate my state as well during the experience and the procedure, and and yeah, it's different every time. Of course, like it's not always the same line of experience, but usually it falls within the margins of, yeah, of course, like feeling a ecstatic state, feeling a state of potential energy taking over my body, and feeling the presence of this state even after the experience, and it leaves some sort of a shift that you could assess yourself, or not, but it's definitely there. So it's different every time, definitely, but there's always that level of shifting state that is present, and usually it's towards, yeah, awareness and potential energy, and it comes in different levels and margins every time. So I'm excited to see what goes on this time. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like with you, the dance could take to another space and time
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
that short sense session. Amazing.
Yeah.
This energy, I mean, I know you personally, so it's like you have
Mhm.
all the time this kind of vibrant energy, and actually
Awesome.
being next to you and experiencing the process you actually sharing with people is becoming unity, is becoming one, and you actually can let go all the limiting beliefs, all the kind of sorrows or shame or guilt. It's just
Awesome.
nothing in there. It's just you
Thank you.
just being in that space. So we are so glad to have you, and really really encourage people to actually come and experience that what just expressed Hasan with him. It's extraordinary experience actually.
Absolutely looking forward, and thank you for the words. Definitely elated by it, and yeah, it's definitely, there's a level to it that's transcendental, and there's a level to it that touches from a level of trance, you know, and like but using trance, that brings the potentials forth, you know, and definitely transcends like the limitations, as you put it nicely as well. And definitely, if for anybody who hasn't experienced this before, they should look forward for this retreat. There's incredible workshops that are being coordinated, and I so look forward to being also participant in the other programs beforehand, and to just have this unifying experience with you all, and yeah, I highly encourage people, like, if you got nothing more transcendental to do, make sure you're there. It's gonna be definitely one for the books. Yeah.
So for those who actually would love to participate in this release and record retreat in Lithuania in April, and
Uh-huh.
especially if they want to get the ticket with Hasan in the program, please make sure that you have the tickets, which are dated in Vilnius, April 7, and in
Mhm.
KAUNAS, April 14. So all
Mhm.
these 2 days, Hasan is going to be representing, but we definitely highly recommend to have the whole package, because after all these 3 days, with the Hasan, the celebration is going to be to the moon, to the moon
Let's
for
go.
sure.
Maybe beyond. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please make sure that you follow the links which are at this video in the description, and at the same time, we wish you to have a good decision to make, to actually to change your kind of world you are living right now into something what you actually always wanted to have. So thank you, Hasan, for being with us and sharing your experience and your energy,
It's a
which
pleasure.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Absolute
Yeah.
pleasure, of course. Yeah, and look forward. Highly look forward. Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful the way. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this a couple of weeks as well. Nice to share it with two cities as well, two towns. So it's brilliant. Highly look forward. And yeah, whoever can make it from Kaunas to Kaunas, or vice versa in Vilnius. Yeah, it's definitely yes, it's gonna be pretty much, yeah, within the equivocals of the same program, but definitely I can imagine, yeah, it's gonna be slight variation of vibe, of course, but highly look forward for both, and to be joining you and the other incredible comrades, and yeah, look forward, big love, and good to be here with you, and yeah, stay in link, and see you on these dates.